verdicts. But you're damning people left, right and center without allowing the investigative agencies to come up with a thorough and complete report. Now, who is doing all this is perhaps the subject of another investigation.
Let me ask Dr. Singhvi that a lot of people are perplexed as to why these raids have happened overnight. You know, the IPL has been around for 3 years. There have been whispers about money, funding and so on for quite some time. Shashi Tharoor is forced to quit, and to many it seems that suddenly the government decided to take revenge. How would you respond?
There are several points. First of all, it's like a Panchtantra tale. In the context of the emerging facts, if we had done a little less or sat still, all of you have been pouncing. Government does nothing, Congress does nothing. If we take action, you pounce the other way. This is a witch hunt. Now, I find that phrase extremely premature. This whole investigation, at least the public domain, is about 2 weeks old, maybe 1 week old. Who are we to give judgment about witch hunts and judgments? Today, this investigation is on. It is a very large, and as you know, especially white-collar crime involves a lot of matching of papers. So, let's not be preemptive, let's not be premature, let's not be judgmental. That's point one. Point two, let me assure everybody here that at the political level, there is nothing between us and the NCP which is amiss. This is an investigation, and I would rather put my faith in the unequivocal, unconditional, comprehensive statement of no less than the finance minister of this country, who said, nobody will be spared. It was an inclusive statement. I didn't hear any exceptions.
I'm going to get to the NCP later.
One second. Now, therefore, there is an inclusive statement. I don't see any reason to be selective about it. But as far as I remember, the Congress has said nothing politically, and I don't see, even to stretch the argument, any political wisdom or sense in disturbing alliance. On the contrary, the party with which my friend Mr. Mitra is associated for a very long time has been smashing Mr. Praful Patel in Parliament. It is his party spokesperson who has launched a very, very strong attack against both Mr. Pawar and Mr. Javadekar and Mr. Praful Patel. I find it very strange that he's accusing us.
Attacks are the ones done behind the scenes.
But I find it very strange that he's accusing us of disturbing our own alliance. I see neither political benefit, nor intelligence, nor sense, nor wisdom in this theory. And last but not the least, the retribution vendetta argument suggests that Mr. Shashi Tharoor has so organized things that because of him and after he leaves, we will attack Mr. Modi for him. I find this so outlandish as to be amazing.
Right,
if the facts come emerging, tumbling out, do you think the Income Tax Department, the Finance Ministry should
I need you to respond to another serious allegation that's come forward today before I go to the rest of the panel. Mr. Vinod Mehta, the editor-in-chief of Outlook, joins us tonight. Mr. Mehta, your magazine has done a cover piece that's hit the stands today, where you have claimed that the UPA has been, the agencies associated with the government, various agencies have been tapping the phones of senior politicians, and that Mr. Sharad Pawar's phone has also been tapped in the last couple of weeks, and that there are recorded conversations of him and Mr. Lalit Modi talking about, various stakeholders in various teams. What is the story about, Mr. Mehta, and do you have conclusive proof of this?
Well, the story is that there is a thing called the National Technical Research Organization, which was set up in 2006. And this has got state-of-the-art technology. And the purpose of this was national security. That means that this is a technology which you can, instrument which you can mount on a car, and within a radius of 2 kilometers you can hear all conversations. Now the beauty of this machine is that you don't need the most elementary authorization, because you are technically not tapping anybody. You are just intercepting signals. So in that process, we have discovered that the telephone lines of Mr. Digvijay Singh, Mr. Nitish Kumar, Mr. Prakash Karath and Mr. Sharad Pawar have been under surveillance, and some information has been gathered. Now we have checked up with Mr. Nitish Kumar and Mr. Digvijay Singh and played back conversations to them, and they have confirmed that these conversations in fact did take place, and they are quite disturbed about this. So I don't know who's doing it, but this was set up for national security, but now this seems to be running around. And what is very dangerous, Nidhi, is the potential of misuse of this technology for the common citizen. That means that any conversation that we are having, you, I, anybody, a journalist, a car can be placed outside your house or 2 kilometers away, and they can hear everything.
What is it that your journalists have uncovered on Mr. Sharad Pawar's conversations with Lalit Modi? Anything that you can share with us? I haven't had a chance to look at the magazine.
Well, well, yeah, it just cost 25 rupees, so I think you should buy it.
I will. I subscribe to it. But what does it say on Mr. Pawar and Lalit Modi?
But in between 15th and 17th of April, I think your channel and many channels have reported that there are conversations between Lalit Modi and Sharad Pawar which are available with the government and the intelligence agencies. And what transpired between them is that what is going on and etc. So those conversations are there, the deal making that is going on. And our understanding, our sources tell us that it was on the basis of these tap conversations that pressure was put on Mr. Pawar to sack Mr. Modi.
All right, Mr. Mehta, just hold that thought. Dr. Singhvi, what's the government doing, tapping the phones of its friends?
Very interesting what Mr. Mehta is saying. I have 2 or 3 points to make. This is the first I've heard of it. That's today. Not here, but today. He is himself saying that he doesn't know who's doing it, despite the investigation. I can tell you very clearly that if somebody is going around in cars, tapping conversations, including Mr. Mehta's and yours in this program and what we are talking here, well, the law is very clear. Certainly the Congress party, the government could not be doing it. Because even for a surreptitious, clandestine interception, you require a simple procedure. A document A has to be signed by somebody. It has to then get authorization from no less than a joint secretary or above, then a particular police level person, and then you can do it. But I don't find... No, it may not happen like that, but it can't be that a car is going around the city on government's authorization, and at least from the, if I may say a bit in jest and bit in tongue-in-cheek, the coverage of the 4 names, the coverage of the 4 names is at least equally discriminatory or equally invasive to all parties.
Okay, no, that's fine, but Mr. Mehta...
So it can't be, I don't think it's the government doing this.
What's the point you wanted to make?
I'm saying that this is precisely what is happening. That there are 90 of these systems. That's right. They are spread all over the country. And these cars are going around with a 2-kilometer radius. Now, who's telling these cars which house to go in front of or which office to go in front of?
That's the ISI.
Somebody must be telling them. So they are not just randomly.
You're saying intelligence agencies. You're saying intelligence agencies, basically.
But this is an intelligence agency. It was formed after the Kargil War. This National Technical Research Organization was formed under Mr. M.K. Narayanan, was the National Security Advisor. And Mr. Narayanan is the one who has recommended this to buy this technology, which costs 7 crores per instrument.
All right.
And these cars are moving around. Now, they are moving around in some Muslim areas. So I think some national security work is also being done. I'm not trying to deny that. But some very mischievous work is also being done.
All right, Mr. Mehta, thank you for joining us. Dr. Singhvi, one quick response before I get to the rest of the debate.
Well, I think this certainly requires a response from the government. I have no idea the government will respond. It is entirely possible that